Come in if you want. Okay, so let's have a look and see which products people are using. Tracy's with me. She's got a good little selection there. Ah, lots of you have only got one. Jackie, all the lift range, but not the melt. Okay, it's my challenge tonight to convert you, Jackie. Firming mask, yeah, tone up. Okay. Yeah. Righty ho. So let's share screen and get this started. So, slideshow. There you go. Do you like my pictures? Whizzy. I've really enjoyed putting this together for you guys tonight. It'll be really nice to share some of this collection with you. Keep those products that you're using coming into the chat. And I've got a nice little stash of goodies here on my, let me just see if I can pick all these up. I don't know if I can. See myself on there. I put that one on, the baby one on the top there. Whoa. No, I can't. Got a little stash of products here, which I'm going to talk you through for our Age Well, Stress Less theme for next month's focus. And I think what's lovely is we can use this for workshops, and we can use this in our general product knowledge, our chats with customers. All of it, I hope, is going to be useful for the focus that we're going to have on this particular range next month. Now, it may well be that the company, in their marketing materials for the theme of Age Well, Stress Less February, concentrate on the Frankincense Intense age-defying products. Those of you who are with your catalogues, that is the product collection on page 18 and 19, as well as the Frankincense Intense Lift collection, which is the gold top one. So the silver top one is the age defying, and the gold top one is the Frankincense Intense Lift collection. For the purposes of the workshop, what I'm going to suggest is we home in just on the Lift collection, because I think it's going to get really tricky for customers if we're trying both of the serums, both of the eye creams, both of the creams. And to be honest, it's going to get quite pricey as consultants to do that. So what I've done is I've done a little bit of background on the Frankincense collection. I've done some pricing and some working out for us all as consultants. And then we'll go into some product knowledge as we go through the process of how I'm going to suggest you do workshops with people. Or if you're sampling the products to people one-to-one, that they use the products in this particular order. Is that good? If I could ask you just to mute yourselves, please, that would be amazing. Just so we don't have quite a lot of people on the call now. And then if you would like to interject at any point, if you have got a nugget of information that would be valuable for everyone to hear, that would be amazing. If you've got a question, please stop me in mid-flow, and I can answer questions as we go. Okay, so this is the selection of product that I'm going to use for the workshop. So we've got the Frankincense Intense Cleansing Melt, which I have to say is up there as one of my favourite products. And this one is actually half empty because I whipped it straight out of my bathroom just now. The Frankincense Intense Lift Serum, which comes in this beautifully packaged box. I'm actually finishing up my tester of the Frankincense Intense Age Defying Serum at the moment. So this is a new one that I've got from stock, but it comes in a beautiful bottle with pipette, which I just love. I love this pipette top because it is, it's kind of a throwback to our apothecary days. The Frankincense Intense Eye Cream, which is a little tiny version of the face cream, which is another one which we're going to use, the Frankincense Intense Lift Cream. And we're going to feature the Frankincense Intense Hand Treatment Serum, and half empty, straight out of my kitchen, the Frankincense Intense Beauty Boost, which is our internal supplement, which is also featured on page 21 in your catalogue.
Hopefully.
Right, I'm just going to mute everyone because that'll be easier, wouldn't it?
Can I just ask if is the Beauty Boost back in stock now?
It is. I checked today, Jackie.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay. Right, so here we go. So in terms of sampling for the workshop, the Frankincense Intense Cleansing Melt, this one is actually currently out of stock, but I did actually have the chance to speak to Susan Morris this afternoon, and I have asked her if we could have, as a point of urgency, knowledge on whether or not we're going to get any of these back, and if so, when. So roll with it, because I know some of you have got some anyway from previous purchases that you've done. So I'm hoping we can do that with samples. And those are £6.50 for 10. So just stay with me on the pricing here, okay? Because these are a higher price point sachet than probably many of you have been used to with some of the other sample sachets we've got. The Lift Serum is also 65p a sachet because you get 10 in a packet. So's the Lift Eye Cream. So these are our premium products. These are, price point wise, some of the more expensive products in the catalogue. And I'm just going to talk to you about why this investment is worth it, because I thought, right, we need to do the sums on this. The Lift Cream is 32.5p per sachet. Hand treatment is 65 again. So you can see a running theme here. You don't need to sample the Beauty Boost. There's no point in just one supplement, and it's going to get messy. And preferably have a tester strip or a drop of oil in the on the wellbeing guide in the post with the samples, or some way of getting them an essential oil drop. Okay, so by my maths, the total sampling per person for this workshop is £2.93. Now that is price point wise a lot more, I think you'll agree, on the products than we would normally have. And with postage costs, basically you're looking at a round figure, let's call it £4 per person. So investment wise, the positioning of this needs to be really careful with your customers. This isn't just a who fancies trying the frankincense products. This is, if you are really curious and interested in our age-defying products, where does organic fit in age-well products in the beauty industry? Neil Jard Remedies are absolutely leading the way with the organic answer to people's age concerns. So this workshop is for people who have got concerns about aging. And with this particular Lift range, we're talking about the later signs of aging. So that is kind of deeper lines and wrinkles, not, you know, like my daughter said to me the other day, look, I'm getting lines around my eyes, Mum, and short of a microscope, you couldn't have found them. It's not that, it's obvious ones like I've got. So you kind of want to position this on people who've already kind of invested a bit of curiosity and interest in this particular aspect of our range. So I always think it's really important to put our business heads on this, because actually many of us just love sharing the love. And we think, oh, you know, it doesn't matter. But actually, we really have to balance this up with good business decisions. And I know that for some of you, finances are at a premium, and you need to know that the return on your investment of £4 per person is worth it. Now, obviously, you're the only person who can make the final call on that. But I'm just going to show you this next screen, because if you are promoting premium products, you actually earn premium commission. Because if you're promoting tea bags, you're earning £1 a box, because they're £4 a box. 25% of £4 is £1. If you're selling Frankincense Intense Cleansing Milk, you're making £9.50 on every tube. The Intense Serum, if somebody purchases that, earns you £18.75. So do you see how your £4 investment starts to pay off with one purchase? I hope you like the way I've put your commission in a brownie, frankincense-y kind of colour at the end of each row here, just so it's really memorable. The Lift Cream, you earn £13.75. The Lift Eye Cream, that is. The Lift Cream itself is £16.25. The Intense Hand Treatment Serum is £30 and you would make £8 on that. And the cheapest product in the packet is the Frankincense Intense Beauty Boost is £20. I didn't change the bottom of the list, I'm sorry. So for that, you're obviously making £5 because 25% of £20 is a fiver. So even if they only buy the cheapest product out of all the things you're sampling, you still will have covered your cost. You'll have made £1 if they just buy Beauty Boost. But I think the investment on this in people who are interested is quite a powerful one, because actually if you can get people using these products regularly, obviously your earnings are not just on the cheapest product here, they're on, to start with, in my experience, it'll be the moisturizer or the cleanser they go for first. So you can see you're making decent money on the first time that they buy it. However, once they're on it, they stay on it. So actually the return profit of repeat ordering of that increases. And a few of my customers this Christmas, I suggested to them that they asked for the Lift gift set or the Frankincense Intense Age Defying gift set from their other half or their mum or whatever for Christmas, because actually it saves money for people to buy the collection in the box. And what that does is increase their use of just the melt or just the moisturizer to the rest of the range. So when their boxes run out, they're more likely to justify purchases of the rest of that range. Not everybody will, and to be honest, I can't guarantee the results. But what I do know is that it's very difficult to sell these products unless you let the product do the talking. And the way you let the product do the talking is through sampling and giving good quality information. For those of you who are promoting these products, if a couple of you want to just add to what I've just said, or any thoughts you've got on there or questions, I hope that's been a useful exercise. But yeah, if anyone's got any comment, go for it, let me know. No? Has anybody got any questions about what I've just done? I thought you might like the useful analysis, Ruth. Yeah, so Jane, what you've put in the chat, it brings me on to the next question, the next point I was going to make, to be honest, is that actually the very best way that we can promote these products is to use them ourselves, because you know that it is easier to rave about and tell stories about the products that you're using. So whilst at the moment you're going to get the theory, it's really good idea to start putting this into practice and be a product of your own product. Okay, so let's just have a look at what else is available. So other resources as well as tonight. To be honest, what I've done tonight is I've collated information from various places, because I think there's so much writing, there's so many words that actually, you know, for speed and being of the essence for February, it was good to have it all in one place. But I would really recommend that in the consultant website, under training and support at the far right hand side of your blue bar, you have a look at the webinars page. And if you go to the webinars page, this is what you'll find in the product webinars section. And I've put some sparkly pen around the relevant webinars, which you won't need to run your workshop, but will just give you lots of background information. Some of it will be repeated in what I've done tonight. Some of it is extra detail, but it just helps you feel confident in promoting the products. So 4 of the products have got their own webinar. 4 of the products that we're featuring tonight. And in the skin category provenance webinar, there's a lovely section on both of the frankincense provenance stories, the one from Kenya and the one from Oman. So if you haven't had a chance to look at them through the lens of frankincense, please just go back and have a look at even just that bit of the skin category provenance webinar. And this is, if you put into the search bar in downloads, intense lift, look at that, your search returns 18 results, sparkly smiley face. So you have got so many other resources in there that I think, you know, to know this product collection well is really worth the investment in your time. And if you're flicking through your catalogue, most of the skincare collections, one of the things I'd be saying at the start of a workshop is most of the skincare collections have got a double page spread. You know, if you've got dry skin, if you turn to page 26 and 27, there is the collection for dry skin. Frankincense, because it is so central to our range, has actually got 3 double page spreads. So the first one is page 24, 25, which is where the collection started. And then the next collection that was developed was page 18 and 19, which is the age defying collection. And then the next one was the Frankincense Intense Lift range, which is page 20 and 21 in your catalogue. 3 double page spreads. So it's not surprising, is it, that in downloads we've got a lot of material. I think you've got everything you need to run the workshop in this training session, but I would encourage you, if you've got time, to do a bit of reading around the subject by looking in downloads. There's a wealth of information there. Okay, so how do these ranges fit together? How did this all start? Well, way back in the 1980s, when the store was brand new and Romy was in charge, the frankincense collection was begun. I mean, actually, frankincense nourishing cream's origin was a cream called frankincense and myrrh cream, and it was one of the first products that Romy Fraser ever made. And I think the old adage is true here: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, frankincense nourishing cream is one of those iconic products, and I'm sure as we celebrate our 40th year this year, that will be one of the heritage products that we consider. I just wanted to pick up on what Claire's put in the chat there. Claire, I think the half price, the melt half price finished at 9 o'clock yesterday morning. So yes, I hope everyone scooped them up. So you've also got it to put into sample pots. It's a good solution, but I think it's finished. So hopefully you've all scooped up one of those. Yeah, so Romy started the frankincense collection. And fundamentally, this range has got frankincense and myrrh for the age well properties. There's a tripeptide in the frankincense facial serum. They use turmeric in some of the products for skin brightening properties. And one of the things that Neelshad Remedies are constantly doing is reviewing and developing, wanting to fine tune and kind of what can we get the best in terms of green science out of our products. So actually the Frankincense Intense Age Defying collection was brought out a few years ago after some sort of more scientific advancement in terms of product ingredients. So this range is for the early sort of first signs of aging, for fine lines and wrinkles, but the skin has still got elasticity and tone to it. It's just beginning to show the signs of lines and wrinkles, and it's got the same frankincense and myrrh in it, but what they also added were some gardenia stem cells, sodium hyaluronate, which is a moisture magnet, massive moisture magnet, and a tripeptide into this product. And the key thing in terms of price point here is the clinical trials that it went under. So the clinical trials were done independently of Neelshad Remedies. They were done externally, and they are proof that organic works when it comes to age well products. Just move you guys over a bit so I can see the other side of the screen. Okay, so then we had the frankincense Intense Lift collection. And I featured the little bag here because I think it's, somebody said in the chat earlier that they promote the little bags and that leads to the sale of the full size product. And I think that's a really good idea for somebody for whom the full size product price is prohibitive. I would suggest that you start with full size as the recommendation. And if someone is balking at the price, then suggest the skincare kit. If you start at the skincare kit and assume that people can't afford it, you'll only ever sell skincare kits. So whilst I do sell these from time to time, I try and promote the full size one. But going back to the development of the range, the Frankincense Intense Lift products are for the second signs of aging. So the second sort of stage of aging where the skin loses its tone and firmness, as well as showing signs of deeper lines and wrinkles. And also just in terms of skin pigmentation and an uneven skin tone sometimes comes with age spots and areas of the skin that darken. So this has got all of the ingredients of the frankincense and myrrh, the age defying collection, the silver top one, but it's also got in it the active phyto complex, and there's a little bit about that at the top of the page in your catalogue. But basically that is the water that is distilled off the steam distillation when they steam the frankincense for the essential oil. And when they looked into the properties of this condensed steam, they discovered, and it's now been proven under proper trial regulations, to have collagen protecting properties. So why does that matter? Well, collagen is the protein structure that holds your skin in place. If you think of your mattress, collagen is a bit like the springs in your mattress or the structure in your mattress. It holds the skin up. And as we get older, our collagen production is not as efficient. And also the edges of those protein structures become brittle and can break off. So it's actually a bit like the springs going in your mattress. That's the best analogy I can use, and one that I use with my customers. And of course, when your springs go in your mattress, the mattress sags. And when your collagen starts to lose its effectiveness, then what happens is you end up with lines and wrinkles. So that's kind of the development of the range, really. Okay. So then frankincense essential oil, and I've just admitted a couple of aromatherapists in the room, so I would love you to add to the points that I've got here. But this is an ancient essential oil, and I think in the provenance stories that you read about, and you might want to show your customers the video about this, it's got a timeless, ancient quality about it. It helps to lower the heart rate, and obviously that is the link for meditation and all religious practices. And in the title of our workshop, helps us to stress less. It's used today as much as it was back then, and actually helps to, as well as lowering the heart rate, deepen breathing, which, as we know, when we're stressed, our breathing becomes more shallow. So it's really good for mindful practices, and we've got a couple of mindful practices to enjoy as we go through the products. But it also has skin preserving properties. So and along with myrrh, is used in embalming as well. So, actually, women have used the essence of frankincense, often combined with milk for its age defying properties. Back in ancient Egypt, it was something that was used by those who could afford it. So we can make the most of that historical and timeless essential oil today and age well and reduce our stress, as well as just being able to hold back the tide, kind of get old gracefully, really, is how I like to think of it. Those of you who are aromatherapists, I'd love you just to unmute if you've got anything to add to what I've said about the frankincense essential oil.
I've left everybody with a lifetime of hurt and guilt and
Can you
regret.
just make sure that you're muted if you're not
More than that.
offering anything? Is Lorraine there? I think I just saw you come in, Lorraine. Where is she?
Yeah, sorry, I'm late.
That's all right.
What I would add to that is also anti-inflammatory as well, so it can be quite soothing when used appropriately on the skin as well. So, but I think you've got a good, you've wrapped it up really well there.
Phew. Okay, thanks, Lorraine. Anything else anyone else has got, put it into the chat. Okay, so hang on, just go back. So I think to start the actual workshop process, having the chance to actually inhale some frankincense aroma would be really nice. So if you might suggest that that they take the chance to smell the scent strip if you've put it on that, or if you've applied it to their wellbeing guide that you've put in with their samples, whatever it isn't essential, because obviously they're going to be able to smell the frankincense in the other products. But sometimes it's quite nice just to know what frankincense on its own smells like. And in your display, to have the essential oil there with a diffuser, obviously we'll be promoting diffusers as well. And you can chat about mindfulness today. You maybe show the video of the provenance stories and then talk about having frankincense there for yoga or Pilates or just mindful moments, meditation. All of these are relevant to today's practices, and you know, so topical at the moment, aren't they? While everyone's resilience is a bit low and everyone's a bit stressed with all the lockdown and the stuff that's going on in the world. Okay, so the first product I'm just going to do a bit of product knowledge with you about, and is the first sample that your customers will get to try, is the Frankincense Intense Cleansing Melt. And I would suggest to them that they just tear the corner off the sachet, because if they tear the top off the whole thing, it's all going to squidge out. You only need a pea-sized amount of this product. So before they start, tell them just to tear the corner. And for you guys, remember the webinar. There is a whole webinar on this one product in that list that I just told you about. So what's clever about this product is it's a really innovative formula. It starts off as a gel. When you squeeze it out, you think, I'm never going to be able to rub that on my face. It's almost like a hair gel. It's that thick. And then as it reaches your body temperature on your skin, it dissolves into a beautiful oil. And then when you add water to it, it turns into a cleansing milk. So why? What we're going to do is spend quite a bit of time on this product and go through the details. It is a 1-tube stop for cleansing for people who have busy lives and at the end of the day just need to take their face off without faffing about with lots of cleansing pads and all the rest of it. You can use this in the shower. I can see somebody smiling and nodding at me then. You feel the same as I do. This, I think, is a really, I often use this cleansing melt earlier in the day than going to bedtime. So like now, tonight, after the workshop, I will apply this and cleanse my face because it helps me with the unwinding process. And you know what it's like, if you're busy up until late, you go to bed too late because it's taken you too long to unwind. And this is the kind of product that can bring you down the gears quite quickly so that you're not too late to bed and regret it tomorrow. Now, it's those kind of stories that you only know if you've tried the product yourself. If you haven't used this product yet, treat yourself to a tube. Hopefully you all got one when it was half price. And you can create your own story, but in the meantime, just use mine. It's fine. I was talking to a lady the other day who said they don't need to know I was your upline leader or anything like that. But this product you can literally rub into your eyelashes and it will take waterproof mascara off. It will take all day makeup off. It just takes the lot off. and it is clinically proven for up to 12 hours of moisturization. So it is cleansing, but it is also incredibly nourishing and restoring to the skin. It's beautiful. Absolutely perfect for busy mums, I agree. Right. So the gel phase starts to loosen the dirt and impurities on the skin. And the massage movement is obviously going to boost your circulation as well, because it's actually a bit sticky when you first start to use it. And so you're actually moving it across the skin, and that action is bringing the impurities to the surface. But as I said, that gel phase doesn't last long, especially if you're nice and cozy and warm. It melts into this delicious oil, and the aroma of the essential oils, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute, starts to really take hold. And what that's basically doing in the oil phase is combining the dirt and impurities into the oil to lift that away from your skin. And then the milk phase is when you touch it with some water. We'll talk through the process in a minute. That basically just makes it a lot easier to remove. So it finishes the cleansing process and just once you've lifted everything away from the skin, you just wash it all off and away it goes. Okay, so let's have a look. It's 70% plant oils. That is not bad for a cleanser, is it? As you'd expect, nourishing plant oils in there of sunflower, sweet almond and coconut. Also protecting oils, you know, if you can get those kind of oils into your skin is going to cope better with the cold, the weather, pollution, whatever the rest of the day throws at it if you're using this in the morning. The cleanse part, it's got some sugar-based ingredients in it that come from sugar beet and sugar cane. And what those sugary ingredients do is they enable the water and the oils, the 70% plant oils, to come together. So an emulsifier will allow water and oil to blend. If you think about it, if they didn't have those sugar-based ingredients and you add a bit of water to the oil and the water isn't easily going to mix. So you end up in a bit of a soggy, oily mess. But the sugars help the oil and the water to combine, and that's what creates the milk. So you can tell your customers that if you want, or you can just save it as a bit of information in case anyone asks. And then the hydrating bit, as well as those nourishing oils, is an organic glycerin. And what glycerin does is it draws moisture in and it locks it into the skin. Glycerin is very protecting, and our ability to lock moisture into our skin reduces as we get older. So just a really intensive, a lot of bang for your buck product. Any questions so far? Okay, we'll keep going. This is being recorded as well, so if you miss a bit, you can always go back and have a listen to the thing again. So how do you use this? So as I said earlier, a little pea-sized amount onto the fingertips, and obviously you're going to be doing this with your customers in the workshop, and you can just apply it to the face. In circular motions is best, but to be honest, just get it all over your face and allow the circulation to be enhanced, and let that oil start to raise the impurities to the surface of your skin. Shay's comment, Shay, you're going to have to unmute and just talk about that. Have a look in the chat, everybody, while Shay's unmuting.
It's so true. What I wrote in the thing was that when people try this for the first time, people do make quite, I'm going to use the word orgasmic sort of noises. And so if in a group Zoom, it can be quite funny, especially if, you know, their partners are not in the room and they don't know what they're doing. I've had quite a few comments after people using this in a Zoom going, my husband was a bit worried what kind of Zoom I was in, the noises that I kept making. But, you know, because frankincense, all of the frankincense products make people make that noise. But this one in particular, because it's such a surprise, isn't it? You're not expecting that oiliness, and it is like, you know, everybody does. So Just be prepared.
And I think it's two things. It's surprising, Shay. I've had the same. I hadn't thought of it in the context you've just said it, but also I think it's one of those products, because it does bring you down the gears. When you start applying it to your face, it's like your whole body goes, oh. So there's that element of just, I think it's worth 65p to any customer that you care about, to let them have a little moment of calm with this product. A little moment of calm, not a little moment of anything else, a little moment of calm. Oh goodness, we better move on before this unravels. You and I have got the potential to make this very bad now.
Indeed. Sorry.
Okay, so we want to encourage people to use upward circular motions, because you don't want to drag the skin down, obviously, because this is all part of our Age Well range. Let's face it, we don't want to end up standing on our heads to defy gravity. So let's not drag any skin down, and just enjoy the fragrance of this product. Whilst it does its job, it's quite something else. And then when you've had enough of massaging that round your face, just dip the tips of your fingers into some water. You're not applying like a wet flannel to it. Oh, you don't need to soak your hands, because it will get a bit drippy. Literally, I mean, when I do this with my workshops, I get people to have a little bowl that they can fit a flannel or face cloth into, so they can squeeze it out. But I just encourage them to dip their fingers, tips of their fingers, into the water. And then obviously, as they apply it to the oil, they may well see a kind of white, milky texture come to the skin. It might not. It depends on how much product they've applied to their face. To be honest, if their faces are looking too white, I would say next time use a bit less, because you don't need very much to turn that into a milk. It doesn't have to be very white and obvious for it to be effective. No, Helen, it's not an Ann Summers party. We're moving on. So what are the essential oils? What causes that lovely slow down response? It's got both the frankincense from Oman and from Kenya in it. It's got myrrh. I just love that. It's like a throwback to 40 years ago, the frankincense and myrrh cream, one of the first ever products. And this absolutely up-to-date technology product has got the same ingredients in it. Neroli is the orange flower oil. It's very relaxing. Bergamot and mandarin. And when I was listening to the webinar, I wrote it down, what Suzanne said. She said it was a cleanser with a hug, which I quite liked. I thought that was a really nice way of putting it. So yeah, see what you think of it. Now into the chat, if you've never used this before, tell me if I've converted you to this product. How many of you have just decided, man, I think I need a tube of this? It'd be interesting to see what people say. Okay, so when people have cleansed, we're now going to move on to the Frankincense Intense Lift Serum. Good, I've converted a few of you, that's all good. So they've cleansed, and now we're going to start applying some treatment. So with this product, clinical proof to promote a feeling of relaxation and well-being. Actually, when they did the trial, consumer trials for this, they got some volunteer customers from loyalty customers of Neil Judd Remedies, and they had to apply to be part of the consumer trials for this range. Have a look on YouTube and you'll see the little stories of the 5 women who were selected. If you just put Neil Judd Remedies Frankincense Intense Lift into YouTube, they'll pop up. Lovely to look at, and really nice little like 2-minute videos. But what they did is they actually measured the women's heart rates to see, as they tried the Lift Serum product, what happened to their heart rate. And so actually we've got clinical proof of that heart rate being lowered in using this product. So this is a really good stress less, de-stress product because of the aromatherapeutic blends that's in it. It's got the frankincense essential oil blend, the two, and the frankincense active phyto complex that I was talking about. And that's about collagen protection. It's about firmness of the skin and tone, hence the word lift. And the lift technology continues with ribose, with microalgae and linseed extract. You don't need to tell your customers that, but if they say, how does it lift? You've got the information to hand. Those are the ingredients that help towards that process. And the thing with a serum is that the active ingredients in the product are really concentrated. You can do that more in a serum than you can in a moisturizer. So actually, if they're really wanting to tackle the signs of aging, and there has to be a choice between the serum and the moisturizer, I would recommend that they buy the serum because of the higher concentration of active ingredients. And it absolutely is very easy for the skin to absorb. I just think it's amazing that products with so much packed into it can just disappear into the skin. And the way to apply this is just take the pipette, put a couple of drops on the tips of your fingers, dot it around your face, and then just spread it around so that it rubs in. And remember to do the neck and the décolleté, this bit here, that certainly for me in the morning looks like it needs a good iron. It's a good idea to do that bit as well, so that you're carrying that anti-aging effect all the way down from the face into the neck and chest area. It can be used morning and night underneath moisturizer. So I always tell my customers what I do myself. So, which is I put this on first, and then I put my underwear on, and then I put my moisturizer on. So it just gives it a couple of minutes just to sink in before you then apply the moisturizer on the top. You just want to give it a little bit of a gap. It doesn't take more than a few seconds longer than applying a moisturizer to add a serum, but what you're going to get is so much more benefit because of those highly concentrated ingredients. Then you've got the Lift Eye Cream, for which there is always a reminder of the webinar there. Don't forget to have a look at that and just learn a little bit more about this product. So there it is. It's about targeting the skin around the eye area, and you apply it to the eye socket, to the bone all the way around the eye area. And it really, I mean, I think this product's amazing. It has certainly ironed out the creases between my eyebrows. I used to have quite a deep furrow there, and they're not amazing now, but they're a lot better than they were before I started using this product. And the other place I've seen is the kind of crow's feet that you get at the side of your eye, because obviously if you're applying it to the eye bone, your eye in its blinking action will take the product to your eyelids where it's needed, but the product is also able to go outwards from that eye area slightly. And obviously you're going to be using the serum around there as well, but this is a product that can go right up to that bone around the eye. And you just need a tiny, tiny amount. I mean, literally like a rice grain size amount of product. Most people use far too much eye product. So you want to encourage your customers just to have a very little bit to enjoy of this product. There should be loads in their sachet for another couple of applications. As well as the frankincense in this product, you've got green tea caffeine, so a natural form of caffeine to stimulate the skin, as does organic green coffee, and turmeric in there is to help brighten, so it helps with skin tone. So those are the other ingredients to take note of. And it's got the same lift technology with those three ingredients: the ribose, the microalgae, and the linseed extract. And then an ingredient that you'll come across lots if you haven't done it already in Neil Judd Remedies products, that famous hyaluronic acid. It's a moisture magnet. that can draw 1,000 times its own weight in water. So just helping to plump up deep lines and wrinkles around the eyes in a really natural way, and anything that helps to rehydrate skin cells will iron out some fine lines and wrinkles and all sorts. Many eye creams that are in the anti-aging bracket in the beauty industry actually create can contain irritant ingredients. So basically they're irritating the cells into a very low level inflammation. So we're not doing that. We're plumping the skin cells with hydration. The trouble with inflammation is when you stop using the product, the inflammation goes down, and then you've got deeper lines than you had before because you've stretched the skin. So natural hydration that just keeps the skin cells firm and plump is the best way to do it. And then last of all, the Intense Lift Cream, for which there is another webinar. And this has got 2 new nourishing butters that are just this, they were brought into the product range through this product. They were brand new discoveries for Susan Curtis, and a new oil, Dartello oil. And of course, the frankincense essential oil blend and the active phytocomplex, or I should say phytocomplex, not photocomplex in there. The same one we were talking about in the other ingredients. There's the hyaluronic acid again, the same lifting technology, and it's just ultra nourishing multi-action face cream. And what does multi-action mean? Well, it's lifting, it's moisturizing, it's protecting, it's hydrating, and it's got those age-defying properties as well. So in terms of how do you combat the price issue? You know, some people won't want to invest in these products. Some will want to go to this price point and do go to this price point because they like the clinical trial results. They want the multi-action products. They want the proof. They like the fact that it's modern technology wrapped with green science and organic ingredients. We can't decide for people, we really can't. So you can only offer it and see what they decide to do. But to be honest, you can't have products that do all of this, that have got clinical proof that they work, for 2 and 6pence. Okay, so having done the facial routine, I thought it'd be really nice to treat people's hands then, because often hands are the thing that give our age away, aren't they? And actually, I think hands have suffered more this year than ever from all the hand washing and the Sterigel and all the rest of it that people have used. There is also a webinar on this one, so have a look for that. And it may be that to your little pile of samples, you want to add a sample of the Melissa hand polish just to make this really effective, because that's our hand exfoliator, and that will slough off the dead skin cells before using the Frankincense Intense Hand Treatment Serum. But it's up to you. To be honest, it's a beautiful treatment serum. As a standalone, it's just that you'll get more wow factor if you give them a blob of hand polish in there as well. So basically, before this product was created, they did a customer survey and wanted some feedback on the issues with hands, and the main concerns that came through from that survey were lines and wrinkles, age spots, and the skin losing its tone and firmness. I think as we get older, the skin on our hand gets a bit papery, doesn't it? And so this product is the answer to that issue, or to those issues that people said they wanted to address. The suggestion is that this is used from about the age of 35 to 40 onwards as almost like a bit of insurance. So you can use it as young as you like, but probably from about that age, people are starting to think, I don't want my hands to look older than my face. And then any time afterwards, so the sooner the better. And twice a day is good for best results. the trickiest bit for me is doing it in the morning when I just want to get on, but actually it makes me, I have this little routine now because I've got a nice view from a window in my bedroom. And so I put the bottle by that window whilst it's not too sunny. And I just stand and apply this and just take a minute looking out at the view, because I found myself kind of rushing and thought, no, this isn't an expensive hand cream. This is the chance for a mindful moment, like we had with this cleansing melt. You can do this with your hands as well. And I think all of us deserve that just for 30 seconds at some point in the day. So it has the frankincense from Oman in it, and you recognize the essential oils that go with that there: mandarin, myrrh, neroli, bergamot again. So it ties really nicely across with the Lift collection. So smells very similar. It's absolutely beautiful. It's got a ribose in it for smoothing, the hydrating sodium hyaluronate that I was talking about, a narcissus extract that actually comes from a preserved type of narcissus, a protected, that's what I mean, protected type of narcissus. And then the rosehip oil and turmeric are there for even skin tone, not evening skin tone. Sorry, my predictive was obviously going for it when I was writing this out. And then underneath all of that, and some of you will have used argan oil as a body oil, absolutely packed with essential fatty acids and vitamin E. And in the hand treatment serum video, in the webinar, Suzanne Colston Lynch talks a bit about our argan oil and where it comes from in a particular region of Morocco. So you'll get lots more detail on that argan oil, but that's a really skin nourishing product in there. So what would the mindful hand treatment ritual look like? Okay, so I'm actually just going to apply some to the back of my hand. And when I do this, well, if I just show you my hand, I've basically got like 1.5 blobs. So normally you only need 1 pump. I reckon you get about 90 to 100 pumps out of a bottle. And you probably only need 1 unless you're going to just take a moment like we're doing now. So you can do this with me if you've got the product with you. To the back of one hand, and then you want to spread the product across the back of the other hand, like so. Oh, wish we had smelly vision. It smells incredible. Good, some of you have got it with you. The reason you want to start with the backs of your hands is you don't want to use up most of the products on the palms of your hands, because it's the backs of your hands that you look at. So spread it across the two, like that. And then you want to then apply all over and massage it down onto your fingers. And just enjoy the aroma as you go. Preferably with your eyes closed. And making paying a particular attention to the nail bed and around the cuticles. Just really nice to pull that product down and enjoy it. Just enjoy the aroma. And sometimes if I'm feeling particularly stressy, it makes me realise at that moment that I can't inhale deeply and out again. It's like my breath, it's like I'm stuck halfway through the breath. And so I have to stop and just slow down a bit more and just do a couple more breaths. Anything you can do just to reduce the stress and deepen your breathing in the course of the day is all good. And with this one, I used to have some quite marked age spots on the back of my hand, and they've really faded since I used this product. Definitely the skin is less crepey. If anyone has any other testimonials, please do put them into the chat as we're going. And then a product just to talk about, perhaps while they're just sitting, having enjoyed that treatment on their hands, would be this amazing. This has absolutely changed things for me. This supplement, it's the one I rave about the most. My hairdresser had commented, I've had the same hairdresser for years, but when I first went to see her after I started using this for about 3 or 4 months, you know how it is, you chatting away, and she said to me, Charlotte, have you changed your diet in some way, or are you on some kind of medication? And I said, no. Why? And she said, because as I'm cutting your hair, I can see in your hairline, you've got like a whole other head of hair growing. It's not just, I mean, I had little wispy bits here, like baby hair, which I got like after I'd had the children and new hair would grow. But she said, seriously, this is all over your head. And the only thing I changed was started taking Intense Beauty Boost. And it is for hair, skin and nails. I noticed my eyelashes started getting longer. They didn't fall out as quickly. And my nails, they were always breaking. And now, I mean, I had to sit down over the weekend and just cut my nails because they were annoying me on my keyboard. I've never had to cut my nails before. Now they're just so strong and long that I have to just cut them down because otherwise they're just gonna keep growing. So that's my own story on this product, and I think it's a lovely link for us of our inner health and outer beauty, because actually our supplements really support with similar ingredients. You know, what is going on the inside of our bodies. So basically what happens is lots of key ingredients that are helping those collagen structures. And just have a look, I've got all the ingredients here and what they do. And as you'd expect, just the attention to detail in this being for hair, skin and nails. You may well have heard of keratin. See the third ingredient there? MSM is a sulfur found in keratin, and it's a key component of skin, hair, nails, and we've basically got it added in the supplement so that if you haven't got enough keratin in your own skin, hair and nails, yours is being supplemented. Vitamin A, vitamin C, the frankincense for its healthy collagen support, lots of antioxidants, just absolutely packed with goodness. It's amazing. And I've got my sister on this now, and she just says it's amazing. Okay, so the question, is it better than beauty oil? Well, beauty oil is essential fatty acids, essentially. So this is, yes, it's a different, as Ness says, it's a different product. So this is particularly for hair, skin and nails. And the strength of them. Beauty oil is yeah, different product. Both are good. Do both, I would say. Okay, so there we are. Bang on 9. Well, not bang on. 2 minutes after 9 o'clock. That was a whistle-stop tour through Age Well, Stress Less. So actually, we've taken our customers through facial products. We've allowed them to have treatments on their hands. They've enjoyed frankincense essential oil. We've done a bit of inner health, all for just under £4. And you've got key products there that are a higher price point. Please remember what I said at the beginning about just positioning this well with your customers. This is specifically for those who are interested in defying some signs of aging and have shown interest. What I would say is I think it's really worth personally touching base with people with whom you've had any interest in this range before, and specifically inviting them and saying, I'd just love you to be able to try it so that you can make an informed decision, basically. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you now feel in promoting the frankincense lift products at least? Oh, Joe, you are kind, a 10. At least you didn't start it off with a 4. The numbers are higher, that's a good start. And I hope I've also inspired you to go and have a watch of the other video, the other webinars and resources that are available in downloads. Please do that, because although you're not going to regurgitate all of that to the people you're talking to, it all adds to your confidence and knowledge of the product. And obviously I'll upload the recording of this into the YouTube channel so you can watch it again and go through the notes. Okay. And then what I'll do as well is I will convert some of those slides into product cue cards so that you've just got the information you need to go through those products. And then any other information you gather from the website is all good as well. Okay. So ladies, have a lovely evening. And my son has started playing the piano. I don't know if you can hear him, but that's his cue to, okay, mum, you said 9 o'clock, so I better go. Have a great evening. And any questions at all on the workshop bookings that you're doing, let me know. All right, take care. Bye.